Always inspired when Darlene Cahill is here. Well, we're talking sewing, and of course, we would love to talk to you if you are watching or shopping tonight. Darlene Cahill, our special guest. A lot of you are still calling on our today's special. And now, okay, Darlene has lots to show you, but you want to talk about being fast to the phones? I want you to see how few of these we have before Darlene even gets into the whole presentation. Do you know, and this this is the only scheduled airing as far as I know.
This is it?
For the whole event.
For the whole event.
I mean, this is it. Only 200 of them. So if you'll take a look at the bottom of your screen, the 200 that remain are only for this show. It's free shipping. It's less than $180 on your credit card. Well, boy, Darlene, if it were fair to say that there is a be-all, end-all, do-it-all machine,
this is it.
this would be it.
Yes, the Quartet, the machine that is a computerized sewing machine standalone that you don't need to hook up to your computer. However, when you're ready to hook it up to your personal computer and install the installation software, it magically morphs into an embroidery machine with a 6x10-inch slide-on hoop that not only gives you gorgeous 125 built-in designs, it also multi-hoops. You're getting software that you can stitch out every font in your computer's hard drive. You can stitch out let's see, vector files. That means clip art, so you can literally make your own designs, digitize your own artwork, your children's artwork. You can put it into your computer and then stitch it out. You can make your own logos and family banners, and I mean, absolutely endless opportunity. And it has advanced editing. So not only would a machine like this, and in other words, a machine at this price point with another brand, all the other brands.
Oh yeah.
You take an embroidery design that's already been made and you stitch it out.
Right.
And you can rotate it a little bit or you can size it a little bit. But with this one, you can mirror image. You can repeat the design. You can make the design giant. You can do the design 4 times. It's unbelievable. So as a standalone machine, it is computerized. Right now, what you're looking at is the stitching out with a large hoop of one of the 125 built-in embroidery designs. As you can see, the beautiful stitch accuracy, the striations of color, you would not be able to tell the difference between this machine and a machine that costs thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
This is an example right here.
Right.
Can you tell the difference?
No. Oh, are you kidding?
Seriously. One was done on a $3,000 embroidery machine, and one was done on the Future.
I literally cannot tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference.
Can't.
No, I can't either. So why pay more? That's the whole point.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I would love to be able to explain to you in the next few minutes all that this encompasses. There's so much. So there we have one of the built-in patterns. I got an email this week asking me to please show how to do monogramming with this machine because everyone loves to do monograms. Yeah. So I have set up a second embroidery machine here, and I'm going to invite you to take a look at my computer screen. Don't be afraid. I was a little intimidated at first by the embroidery too, but when you see, instead of looking at all the other machines, all the other embroidery machines from the other brands in this price range have tiny little LCD screens on the machine. Look at the big, beautiful screen I get to look at. Now let's say, Shannon, what are your initials?
SS.
SS, what's your middle name?
S.
Seriously?
Yes.
SSS. Okay. So you see how SSS appeared?
Yep.
Okay, it's in there. I'm gonna make it larger just so we can see it. Well, oh my goodness, not that large. Oh my gosh. Let me pull that over.
I don't need my Joy Mangano readers to see that, for heaven's sake.
For heaven's sake.
Isn't that crazy? You know what
I'm starting again.
You know
Please forgive me.
You know what's so interesting, though? And I know we have a lot of you watching and shopping tonight. The Quartet is literally, it's famous here at HSN. Please call us. That testimonial talk line is open. What I personally love about this, I know Darlene explained it to you, but this gives you far more potential, gives you far more versatility than even the embroidery machines that sell for thousands of dollars. So you kind of have to wrap your brain around this. Even if you were only buying this as an embroidery machine, and it's so much more than that. You can sew, you can, do all of your home decor fashion projects, but then in the end of the day, it does the functions of a machine or an embroidery machine that literally cost over $3,000. Plus, unlike the machines, and you know very well if you watch our sewing machines, we have sold a number of the embroidery machines at $1,000 that are locked into particular regular or only embroidery. If this rivals the $3,000 machine, and I don't know about you, but I cannot tell the difference, imagine the versatility that you're going to have. Even when we talk about things about, you know, recreating your son or daughter's artwork. And you know very well, when we're talking about creating those precious moments and those precious gifts of a lifetime, it will pay for itself 1,000 times over. And if you have an HSN charge card, we do have VIP financing available on this. Now, the great thing about that is you can either pay as you go, or you can also, you know, pretty much finance it or, you know, float that balance over the course of 9 months.
Okay, here we are.
All righty, there we go.
So I've got my, I just put other letters in, CCD. And let's just say that it's in a square. These are 30 different frames that you can use, Shannon.
Yeah.
So let's say, look, see how I just picked another frame? And it gave it an angle so that the middle letter is bigger. And look, I can even squish it up there, grab the little point at the end, and I can make it even bigger. And you can even put the sides in tighter if you wanted to. You can manipulate this. But let's go ahead and just put in the stitches and stitch it. And there you see what it looks like. Now you can make that much larger so that you can see it up close and personal to see exactly what the stitches. I'm going to get rid of the text tool. I'm going to go over here to advanced editing. And you see that one stitch here, the D? What if I wanted the D to be a little wider on the side? Look, I can move these points. I not only can move those points, right, for a monogram.
Yes.
Check it out. I can now right-click and say stitch it, and it will fill in the stitches for me. What other software does something like this? I don't know of any.
No.
Okay, and then you can change the fill too. Let's say that you didn't want that fill there. You can go to your embroidery settings. You can pull up this window. You can go to stitch types. It's unbelievable, all the different stitches that are available. In fact, with the advanced editing, you're going to see a catalog. Many catalogs. This is just one of several catalogs, but let's just use that, for example, just for the interest of time. And you go ahead and click the check, and then over here, you're going to see it in the preview window, and then you go down and say apply. Watch, the D just changed. And I know you probably didn't notice it, so I'm going to go over to the edit and get out of that and go to view and go realistic. Now watch the D. Do you see how the D is different?
Yeah.
Because we added in those stitches just now. And that's just one of so many things that you can do when you have your hands on this software. It's amazing. Now I'll transmit to the machine. The whole design block comes up. I can send the block. It just shot over to the machine like magic through the air. You didn't see it. And now all I have to do, I'm going to turn off my cutter. I'm going to go ahead and start this. You start stitching, and then after it stitches, you know, 8 or 10 stitches, you stop, you cut your thread, use scissors, don't do what I just did, okay, and then there you go. Now at the standalone machine, right next to it, see, it's like getting 2 machines in one, but it's even more than that. You also can quilt with this machine, and you know why you're going to love it for a quilting machine and a sewing machine? Now, the embroidery, it just works by itself. You can, like, literally set it, and then you can go, you know, make a souffle. It's going to work by itself. But with the machine as a sewing machine, check it out. There's 2 lights to the right, 2 lights to the left of the needle, and 2 lights here inside the tower. So you're getting all this extra illumination. You're also getting extra space. This is a cutout from a regular sewing machine. Look how much extra lift.
Oh my
There's 8 1/4 inches from the tower all the way to the needle.
Cow.
So you're getting all this extra space. I mean, this is the Big Mac Daddy machine. It has a larger footprint. It has a dual accessory tray. Look at all of the accessory storage that you have in this tray that you can store on both sides, and it just slides on. So you've got all onboard storage of accessories. Now, if you want to, you can program the computer. This is not hooked up to my sewing computer, but it has a computer in it.
Right.
This one is a standalone computerized machine. So if I wanted stitch number 42, there it is, I'm going to say, yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to click the ABC if you want to put something in memory. So once the ABC little LED light is lit, you simply scroll until you're at your stitch. There it is, 42. I'm going to push it once. See how the heart appeared up here? Okay, that was the heart. Now I'm going to go to 50, let's see, how about 59? So I'll go now to stitch number 59. You just scroll through, there they are, and I'll hit that one. Now those 2 are in memory. I know they are because this says 2. There's 2 in memory. Oh, wow. So now let's go ahead and stitch them out. You're going to see how simple this is to program, to operate, to see. I mean, it practically sews itself. It has Swift Smart threading, and it has a top drop-in sew bobbin. It has the speed control, the needle down, the auto start stop, and it has a thread cutter. So when you're done, it'll automatically cut the thread for you in sewing and in embroidery. And in addition to that, it has an automatic, I'll cut the thread, ready? It's cutting, it's cutting. Now watch, I just have to lift and move. It's done. Wow. I didn't have to grab my scissors. And look, there's the stitch that we just programmed in. How beautiful. And it has an automatic, an extra motor, an independent bobbin winding motor. So let's say I'm stitching or I'm embroidering and I realize, oh, my bobbin's running low. I don't have to stop what I'm doing. I can run a bobbin and stitch. I know, it will wind the bobbins while you're embroidering or while you're sewing. You don't have to undo all of your threading to make that happen. And that is a fabulous feature.
It is. I do want to stress, though, it is only for this show. It is only for this airing. So I know you've been seeing that quantity left rotate at the bottom of your screen. We have the last 191 of them. You know that quantity left is not reflective of the number of people who are joining us. And listen, if you have been doing your market research, if this has been the machine of your dreams, think about how much you were willing to commit or spend on just an embroidery machine. But you can sew, you can quilt, you can embroider, you can monogram. You can not only unleash your creative dreams, but you can do it, I was going to say virtually hands-free. It is hands-free. So that's the great thing about it. It truly is the machine of your dreams. It is the Cadillac. It is the Mercedes-Benz. It does not get any better than this. And with that free shipping for less than $180 on your credit card, it gives you even more creativity than a lot of those $3,000, simple and, basic embroidery machines are going to provide.
Use your thread net. Always. Use a spool cap on the horizontal spool. Make sure you floss the back of this thread guide here. Hold your thread like dental floss. Don't be shy. Be aggressive. You are in charge of the machine. You are in control. Pull it straight down through that little pigtail and then use that automatic needle threader. But make sure your needle's in its uppermost position. See what I'm doing right now? I'm using the hand wheel here on the right to make sure my needle's all the way up. And then I'm going to stage the thread on that platform and I'm going to pull down this side. Voila! Look at that! It automatically threaded my needle. I just have to go there and grab that little tiny nub that came through and my needle's threaded. You can literally do this with your eyes closed. It is so easy. Now watch how I transmit the design. We just stitched through the 4 colors. Check out my screen here. All the colors of this design are on the bottom here. And we are right now on block number 5, just the middle of the flowers. You see it here when I See, this is what we're going to stitch next. So I say send block. I'm just going to click on that. Boom, it just shot over. Did you see the hoop move? The hoop moved into place. Now all I have to do is hold the thread to get it started. Let it get started. Let it stitch 4 or 5 stitches. Stop. Trim your thread. And then start again.
And let it go.
Yeah, and then you're ready to go.
Genius.
It's so easy.
Well, and look at the size of that hoop that you're getting too. And Darlene, we can talk. They get hyper font. They get so many other great things with this too, right?
Hyper font, auto punch, and advanced editing. Now I showed you a little bit of advanced editing just moments ago, but let's talk about the built-in lettering. So you would be getting the built-in lettering with this machine no matter where you buy it, but you'd only get those. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd only get these. When you install the advanced editing, you also add those. Now those are just in the text tool, in the toolbar. You also can stitch out every font in your computer's hard drive. If they're true fonts, you can download fonts from the internet and you can stitch those out. You'll be putting your monogram, your name, your family and friends. They'll be so impressed that you gave them such a personalized gift, whether it's something that you bought in the store and added a name to, or if you made it from scratch like this makeup bag, it doesn't matter. You can be a novice sewer. You can have never sewn before and still enjoy the embroidery because honestly, if you can just thread the machine and use the computer, and by use the computer, I mean if you can go on Facebook and you go on HSN.com and order things, and if you can write a Word document, you can understand the software. It has it easy to understand. It works in Windows. You do need a computer. And the computer has to be, ready? Vista, Windows 7, or Windows 8. Has to be that. It does not work with Mac. And there you go. So now I want you to see. Check this out. Look what's on the screen. You're watching the stitch. You saw us formulate that monogram and how easy it was to bring in those letters. No, and there are 30 different frames with which to choose. Endless text. I mean, literally, there are over 4,700 true fonts on one website that I know of that you can download for free. I mean, you can never use all the fonts in your lifetime, so you never have to buy lettering embroidery designs.
No.
Never. And the designs that are built into this program are beautiful. They're large and they're gorgeous. And when you see the large satin stitches and all the different fills, in fact, the different fills, they're going to blow you away. We have the different fills right here. You take one, I'll take one, and we're going to do our
check this out.
scrolls here.
Okay.
So you can see. Here are the different fills, and we'll get you a bird's eye view.
Isn't that
so you
great?
will really appreciate how they look really, really close. These are the motifs, and then there's the satin stitch fills.
Yeah.
Look at all the different ways. You can change a butterfly's wing,
Yes.
a bird's feathers. You can use that on bugs and florals and any block on an embroidery design.
So many different options. I do want you to see that quantity left one more time, though, because remember, this is your only opportunity, and these are the final quantities. There is no back order. There is no wait list. So as you take a look at that quantity left, final 177. Remember, we do have that VIP financing. So if you want to basically create 9 flex pays, it's an easy way to go. You will hold the balance for you. You can pay it all in one lump sum. You can, create your own flex pays, depending on, what's going on that month. So ask about that VIP financing. We even have instant approval, which is terrific as well. But we're off to Delaware. Helen is calling. Helen, thanks for holding. Welcome. Meet Darlene Cahill.
Hi, how are you this evening?
Oh, wonderful, Helen. Thank you for calling. Tell us what kind of Singer machine you have.
I have the old Singer, and I paid as much for it as you had the one on a few minutes ago.
Wow.
$299.99, and I ordered it.
Oh, good.
Because I didn't even get all them attachments with it, and I love to make quilts and all.
Oh my gosh, and you know what else you're going to love, Helen? It has a sew, cut, and serged kind of foot. So it's going to cut the fabric while you utilize one of the overcasting stitches, and you're going to whip out those products and have a professional-looking finish in half the time.
Oh, I'm just going to love it, I know, and I just wanted to call and say I really appreciate it, because being for $299.95, and I paid more than that for mine before.
Wow. Oh, Helen, you're going to be thrilled with the upgrade and how easy it is to use. And, Helen, for anybody who's watching tonight, like you said, even when you buy your Singers elsewhere, nobody does all those freebies. They make you buy them usually separately, don't they?
That's correct, yes. I didn't get all them freebies.
Yeah.
Oh, and you feel nickel and dime
You
to
do.
death.
You really do.
So nice to get the whole kit and caboodle all in one package. That's why we love shopping sewing here at HSN.
We do. Helen, nice to have you here. Thank you so much for the great call, and happy sewing, okay?
Yes, Helen.
Okay, thank you so much, and I enjoy your show every night. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Well, what a nice call. And and I think that's really important. I love that Helen said even her older Singer, the one that she's had for a while, and obviously she loves it. I will say this about Singer. Once we try Singer, we're kind of spoiled for all others. She said even with the previous version, without all the freebies, she was spending the price of admission. She was spending the $300. So we're just happy that you're watching. A quick programming note, we will be doing an encore presentation of that today's special in about 10 minutes time. So if you missed it at midnight, Darlene's going to give you a wealth of information, all of those terrific demos as well. However, if you are waiting on this particular machine, you will be waiting too long. This is one where we do not have back order, we do not have a wait list. It is only available now and only available for this show at HSN. So listen, I realize it's an investment piece, but at the end of the day, Darlene, when you think that you can quilt and you can sew, and basically it's like buying an embroidery machine and getting all of the other functions and versatility basically for free, for all intents and purposes.
And I have sold on this network an embroidery-only machine.
I remember.
At $7.99.
Yes.
And it didn't have any other fee that came with it because all it did was embroidery. And that embroidery that it did was just dropping. They call it flop and drop in the industry. Right. You just take a design from the internet and you put it on the machine and you stitch it out.
Yeah.
And some people like that, and that's fine. But if you want more, if you want to make your own logos for your family, if you want to be able to customize from a piece of clip art, this was from clip art, a stitched design. In fact, this piece of clip art is actually in the software that you're purchasing today. So you're going to get not only a library of 125 built-in designs, you're also getting an entire clip art library in which to try your auto punch and perfect all of your. You have a wizard windows one at a time. It takes you step by step. It's like it's like having a singer consultant holding your hand, taking you through as you go. And I want you to go to my website and pick up my top 10 quartet tips.
Yes.
Go in my top 10 toolbar on my website.
Great
and
idea.
you can grab all those top 10 tips for the different singer machines, especially the embroidery. I talk about multi-hooping and how to get perfect threading and all of those things. So you want to make sure you troubleshoot.
I'd love to take you over to the What You Get board just real quickly so everybody can see. I know Darlene's going to continue to give you details. By the way, I know we've been rotating it at the bottom of your screen, but just so everyone is aware, these are the final quantities. So remember, there is no back order, there is no wait list. Time is definitely of the essence. I realize it's a step up, I realize it's an investment, but basically this is your lifetime machine. This is your dream machine. This does quite literally anything and everything your little heart could ever desire, because I've done those shows with Darlene where we've sold just strictly embroidery machines for almost $1,000. So the fact that this does so much more is really pretty amazing. From embroidery, notice that you get the 2 different hoops. Of course, you get all of the wealth of your additional feet, your blind hem, and your buttonhole, and your button sewing. Because remember, you can quilt with this, satin stitching, all of these great things. Beautiful patterns, so much embellishment. And what I love, though, too, Darlene, is like you said, so many machines kind of lock you into that specific brand or, their specific patterns.
Oh, yes! You're talking about the file extensions.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that up, Shannon. You're absolutely right. If you buy a La-Di-Da brand and you can pay $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for it, and then you're stuck using only their embroidery designs because you have to use their file extension. Well, the good news is the Singer software interprets 14 of the most popular formats. So you're not locked into any one brand. In fact, you can interpret. You can go to all the other manufacturers' websites, download all of their free embroidery designs, and still stitch them out with your quartet.
That's pretty amazing.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's like another free bonus, with your purchase if you think of it. And then look at all the great little projects.
Okay, so customizing. You can also get blanks. You can purchase these, whether they're dish towels, aprons, or little bottle covers like this, and you can customize them for specific holidays. And towels. This is one of the #1 best gifts to give.
It is.
For every holiday, weddings, hostess gifts. Hey, and then maybe you want to get a little fancy and start trying simple little projects like this. A little clutch for an evening bag. This is mirror imaged, one of the 125 built-in designs. Easy. Now, of all the built-in designs, I used everything in this book is built into this machine. Every font, every frame, every design, and you'll be able to customize your own books.
Yes.
Of course, not necessarily using these, but you can, and that's what's so great about this, is being able to put your signature on things, customize everything in your life, from home decor to wardrobe pieces to gift-giving opportunities. Here we have a little apron, little diva in training. This was one. This is the
adorable.
One of the 10 built-in text tool fonts. And this was a crown that I picked up off Google Images. And then I put, and this is from, these are from our built-in text. And then this is for Singer. And then I used one of the other designs, a part of a design, right here on the sides to give it a little oomph, on the sides of the S. And you'll find all that in there. Now, when you're embellishing jeans, this is a fun way to get it kind of a boutique look. You can add some rhinestones to that as well. And these are all built-in designs. Absolutely beautiful. This fall, I made these fingerless gloves, and I used one of the built-in designs, and this was fun. And you can see instructions for this, by the way, on my website for, I believe, November. So check that out. And then here you have his and hers.
Fun.
Right? What a great gift.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, you can make these from scratch. They're one of the easiest things to do. And check out the decorative stitching. Here we use the machine as a sewing machine. Here we use it as an embroidery machine. And if you want to go on the inside, you'll see, finishing it off to make it look professional.
Absolutely great. And then, oh boy, now you're talking my language, handbags.
Now, I was explaining in the beginning how you can take one design. This is one little design that I blew up and blew up and blew up. I went to design, change size, click the size percentage, went to 149, never go beyond 149. And I did it probably 5 or 6 times until it was big enough for 1, 2, 3, 4 hoopings.
Oh,
and I did this in a quadro hoop,
Oh, that
but it
looks
was
great.
one little design that was smaller than my hand when it started.
Yes, can you
this-
imagine?
So the front of a shirt. Now here's another way to do it. You take one little design, and instead of blowing it giant,
Yeah.
you just mirror image it, and then you take that mirror image and you flip it, and again it's 1, 2, 3, 4 hooping.
Look at
And
how
I didn't
fun
make
that
the
was.
placemat. This is a store-bought placemat that I just dropped the embroidery on.
And speaking of store-bought, would you ever imagine that you could do this yourself?
No,
I mean, really, whenever you look
never.
at something like this. So I do want to remind you, encore presentation of that. Today's special is coming up in just a few minutes. Guys, if it's okay, I'd love for you to see the final quantity call out and then the quantity left at the bottom of the screen, just as a reminder. Even though we're doing an encore look at that today's special in just a few minutes, of course, we'd love to hear from you. What we have on this embroidery machine, that's what we have. There is no back order and there is no wait list. So definitely, if you were going to take advantage of it, I realize it's an investment item, but this is your dream machine. It really is. Last 156, we have so many of you who are joining us, and I have to point out again, Darlene and I mean, I'm not even talking what you could buy at other networks or what you could buy at your retail store. We, and I've done them with her, have sold strictly embroidery machines for almost $1,000. So it's almost like buying an embroidery machine that has virtually it is limitless, especially when you consider what's also available in the marketplace, but then getting your quilting machine and your sewing machine and everything else basically for free. So free shipping and less than $180 to get it at home. Ask about that VIP financing, though. It's a wonderful way to get this investment machine at home. Look at that. The monogramming's all done.
And you lift up and pull out, and there it is. You saw us programming it, and notice the different fill on the D. We did that, and you'll be able to do that too with your advanced editing, and you'll be able to make monograms for everyone in your life, for every season of your life. It is a sewing machine, but it's also an embroidery machine, so you'll be able to combine the sewing aspects with the embroidery aspects and get beautiful results, different than anything you'd find in a store, so that you can even have spectacular boutique looks like this multi-hoop with metallic thread, beautiful rayon. They're beautiful. Look at the stitch quality.
that's fantastic.
I want you to notice that.
But I'm always inspired when Darlene Cahill is here. And well, we're talking sewing, and of course, we would love to talk to you if you are watching or shopping tonight. Darlene Cahill, our special guest. A lot of you are still calling on our today's special. And now, okay, Darlene has lots to show you, but you want to talk about being fast to the phones? I want you to see how few of these we have before Darlene even gets into the whole presentation. Do you know, and this this is the only scheduled airing as far as I know.
This is it?
For the whole event.
For the whole event.
I mean, this is it. Only 200 of them. So if you'll take a look at the bottom of your screen, the 200 that remain are only for this show. It's free shipping. It's less than $180 on your credit card. Well, boy, Darlene, if it were fair to say that there is a be-all, end-all, do-it-all machine,
This is it.
this would be it.
Yes, the Quartet, the machine that is a computerized sewing machine standalone that you don't need to hook up to your computer. However, when you're ready to hook it up to your personal computer and install the installation software, it magically morphs into an embroidery machine with a 6x10-inch slide-on hoop that not only gives you gorgeous 125 built-in designs, it also multi-hoops. You're getting software that you can stitch out every font in your computer's hard drive. You can stitch out let's see, vector files. That means clip art, so you can literally make your own designs, digitize your own artwork, your children's artwork. You can put it into your computer and then stitch it out. You can make your own logos and family banners, and I mean, absolutely endless opportunity. And it has advanced editing. So not only would a machine like this, and in other words, a machine at this price point with another brand, all the other brands.
Oh yeah.
You take an embroidery design that's already been made and you stitch it out.
Right.
And you can rotate it a little bit or you can size it a little bit. But with this one, you can mirror image. You can repeat the design. You can make the design giant. You can do the design 4 times. It's unbelievable. So as a standalone machine, it is computerized. Right now, what you're looking at is the stitching out with a large hoop of one of the 125 built-in embroidery designs. As you can see, the beautiful stitch accuracy, the striations of color, you would not be able to tell the difference between this machine and a machine that costs thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
This is an example right here.
Right.
Can you tell
one
the
thing-
difference?
No. Oh, are you kidding?
Seriously. One was done on